Let's get into prologue and the second race of Moonberry Cup 10 in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so as we kind of spoke about the previous race, prologue is just a quick introduction to the movements in the game. You don't even have a dash, so both runners are just going to be doing these little bunny hops because hopping is a couple frames quicker than walking, so the more of those you can squeeze in, the faster you're going to finish. I would imagine both of these runners are going to be looking for around 30 seconds or just a little bit quicker than 30 seconds. And just like that, we are through and getting ready to hop into Forsaken City. Yeah, don't worry about the journal here on prologue. That's not a big deal. We'll start looking at the journals after Forsaken City. So let's just queue up there at the postcard screen, and I'll count us down. Pixel Noise FM with the big raid. Thank you so much, Pixel Noise. What a race. What a friggin' race, Pixel Noise. Incredible. So BBY, whenever you're ready, go ahead to the postcard screen. Yep, okay. Hey, it's fine. Yeah. No problem. Okay, it looks like runners are set to get into Forsaken City. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you can see Topaz League here is about 10 minutes faster than the previous race, so you're going to see Pixel Noise, thank you. You're going to see just probably cleaner movement, more just advanced movement in general. Like as you get faster here, you're going to see pretty much there's no walking anymore. It's all kind of either a hyper, an extended hyper, or some kind of corner boost manipulation. It really just makes everything faster, and at this level, that's what you're looking at. Any other insights, Chris, into the kind of the differences between, let's say, someone with a mid 55 and a mid 40 or a 45?
Yeah, like you said, it's mostly about taking a couple of more advanced strats and sort of sprinkling them in, but moving between each strat a lot faster as well. So, like you can see, watching these two guys. Wow. There's very little stopping, there's very little slow movement. It's all flowing together a lot smoother. Yeah, well said.
And BBY taking a strange death towards the end of that one. And it cost him a little bit of time. Again, there's not a whole lot of time to be kind of won or lost here. In my opinion, that really starts chapter 3. But nicely done there from Courier. If you want to open up your journal, that was a minute. Was that a minute 14? City, really fast. And BBY, if you want to pop open your journal as well, we can see he had about a minute 30. So pretty good. Only you know, again, early on, there's not a whole lot of time difference. So we'll head into Old Site here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, looks like both runners are ready to begin Old Site, so let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, Old Site is just again about kind of having these strats down. You can see, like, for example, Courier there going underneath. Both players are going to be going underneath in between the spikes and the kind of vertical platform, I guess, there. But also kind of chaining everything together smoothly is going to be really important.
Yeah, Old Site is a chapter that, again, flows very smoothly. The use of the dream blocks and the strats you can use to enter and exit the dream blocks mean that the screens again start to fly by very fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really quick, really smooth stuff so far from both runners. Courier with the slight advantage so far here.
Nice wall bounce entry there to jump straight up to the first key by Courier.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of that strat. It looks nice, and not too tricky if you make a mistake to recover from there. And Courier now into the final kind of chase screen, the last area that's kind of dangerous. These long screens where the Badlands are chasing you. If you have a misstep here, it can be really costly. Oh, and nice recovery there as Courier missed a key and had to double back for it, but was able to do so, avoiding any confrontation with the Badlands. BBY here in the kind of second to last screen. That can give you some trouble. Nicely handled there, and Courier into the what's known as the awake checkpoint. Pausian in chat, what's up? My PB is 45 minutes, but I spent 50 hours in chapter 1, so sub 110 is regular. Okay, so just grinding out the Forsaken City, yeah? City is hard. Yeah, it's really hard to optimize. It's not like, you know, there's certain chapters where you can spend a lot of time and you can save 30 seconds or a minute. You really got to grind for every second in City.
Absolutely. Courier there with a nice 203. BBY with some good movement through the awake section just to catch up.
Yep. Again, both players are not going to... these first couple chapters are not going to make or break or run, that's for sure. But just a good warm-up, and both runners are through. And let's take a look at those journals and see where we're at before we head into Resort.
So yeah, from Courier we have a 351, and from BBY we have a 444. So still very winnable by either player.
Yep, absolutely. Whenever you're ready, let's go to those postcard screens, and we'll drop into where the run truly starts, the Resort. Okay, looks like we're ready to begin. So let's get into the hotel in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm dropping the B-side music because it's just so hype. B-side music is so hype. Cyan Rock says, go Courier. What's up, Cyan Rock? Welcome in.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
First screen here with these, it's tricky, but the players navigated it well.
Yeah, that's a screen that taking a slightly slower route can save a lot of time in the long run, because it's so easy to die with fast strats in that route. So good to see from both players.
Yep, good stuff. What's up, Mr. Funny Fun? Welcome in.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
I am a bar of soap. Asks, what are they racing? This is Celeste, and the category they're running is called any percent, which just means how fast can you beat the game, really, with no other restrictions. Okay, it looks like, yep, Courier with a slight lead here.
Yep, Courier about to enter the huge mess section with BBY not far behind at all.
Yep. And this section here, tricky to do fast. There's no spikes or any danger, but these corners kind of get you caught up and slow you down, and both runners are going to be trying to optimize their movement through here. And then again, there's 3 sections that they're going to have to make their way through and clean up. And you can do this in any order, but the speed runners, the fastest way to do it is bottom, top, middle. That's the order of the routing. So I think we're going to see both runners doing the bottom, top, middle routes.
Yeah, there's not often much variety there, other than Pixel Noise using the heart strap in the previous run, which is cool to see. But this is technically the fastest route, mainly due to both how fast you can get through each section, but also how much time you need to spend in the huge mess room to speak to Ashira in between each button press.
Nice spike jump there from BBY. And we are about one section splitting these runners here. As Courier heading to the third section and BBY heading to the second. Singa asking, what are the other runners' channels? That's a good question. I'll actually post them for you. I'll shout out both of these runners. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Palm Top. Yeah, Courier is on some kind of pace here.
Very smooth towel sections there. That's possibly the section of huge mess that can cause the most trouble, so very nice timing result.
Alex Tholen, what's up? I'm playing Hollow Knight and I just tried to wave dash after taking a look at this. Clearly my brain isn't working.
Like,
Nice.
hey, what's up, hello?
What's up? Welcome in. Pelswolf in the house. What's up, Pelswolf?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Yeah, trying to use Celeste speed strats in other platform games is very common. I know I do the same thing.
Yeah, actually, that's funny. Like, conversely, when I first played Celeste, I had just gotten done with Hollow Knight, and I kept trying to double jump for the longest time, and it didn't work. Courier now approaching the demo dash, which is one of the coolest magic tricks. Oh, we're not going to see a demo dash. Never mind.
That is intriguing.
Intriguing. So this is the room. We'll actually get to see this room. This is the room that you avoid having to do with the demo dash. It's kind of a long horizontal room. You grab a key and you intentionally retry back to the start. And it looks like Courier made smooth work of it. It is a screen that can be tricky. The real Rango in the house. What's up, Rango?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Paula, switching between Celeste and Hollow Knight is a very relatable struggle.
I'm curious. Do we know what platform Courier is playing on?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think he's not a PC player. Yeah.
Yeah, so that may be why we're not getting the demo. If
that makes sense. Yeah.
Manual demo is obviously more difficult to input.
He's on Switch. Thank you, Habidaz. Yep. Also, what's up, Habidaz?
Yep.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Yeah, so for anybody unfamiliar, I'll really quickly break it down. The demo dash is much easier. It's a very small window of success that's made much easier if you're a PC player with a program that allows you to kind of press a couple buttons at the same time. I would say it makes it, it just makes it a lot easier to execute. It is possible without it, but it's really difficult.
Shout outs to Joy to Key for being our savior.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Thank you, Joy to Key. And I know personally I was kind of confused in thinking, like, is this legal? Can you use a program that allows you to like press multiple buttons at once? And everyone in the speedrun community said, like, it's different than a macro. Like, a macro is like, I'm gonna pre-program like these 5 inputs to happen right after like one another. And that is like, you can't do that in a speedrun. But Joy to Key is just kind of a mapping where you're just, it's just pressing more than one button at once and assigning it to a single key, which is completely different. So
yeah, exactly. That's the distinction. It's the fact that both buttons get pressed in the exact same frame, which makes it legal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Courier, nicely done there. And BBY right behind. Making sure to smooth and steady for sure is the way to do it at the end of the stage. That last screen, it can be a real time killer.
Yeah, I had to play it safe at the end there. You know?
Absolutely. Yep. Okay, so let's take a look at the journals and see where we're at. I think Courier still has a nice healthy lead. What do we see there, Chris?
So yeah, for Courier we have a 10 minute 12 seconds and an 11:30 there from BBY.
Okay, so just over a minute. Not a huge difference at this point. Okay, cool. So now we'll head into Golden Ridge here, whenever the runners are ready. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Let's head into Golden Ridge in 3, 2, 1, go! PC versus console is a little unfair because of the demo. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Cursed. Sorry to interrupt, but Cursed does the demo dash on console. Mr. Funny Fun, welcome in, Mr. Funny Fun. Thank you so much. You can demo dash manually on joystick. Yeah, it's a little bit trickier, but Curse did it, and they had only been trying it for I think they said it was only since yesterday or something. Just kind of practiced it for a little bit and got a feel for it, and executed it today. I think on their second try, so it's definitely learnable. And we got a nice old-fashioned sync-up happening here. Both players very close together.
We do. Very similar strats, very similar approaches. Ooh, until BBY took a death there. Just opened up the gap slightly.
And here's where things can diverge. You can see Courier there doing a nice method to kind of make the screen go faster. You don't have to wait for this auto-scroller the whole way. You can let it push you there and kind of launch you. Oh, BBY just missed timing. It's going to have to try it again there. But there's multiple ways to get through this auto-scroller screen. This one here where the block pushes you is probably the first one that you learn as a speedrunner.
Yeah, the death in that room is a little hard to take sometimes because you have to wait for the block.
Yeah, it is. There's a couple of screens, a lot of screens probably on Golden Ridge that are tough if you take a death just because of the time loss. Yeah. Bex 5050, welcome in. This is another B-side soundtrack we're listening to. I'm a big fan of this one. And the Doot Doot Doots. Okay, Courier now making his way to the top and into the final ultra windy section here known as Cliff Face. BBY not too far behind.
Yeah, Cliff Face, a section that is particularly challenging. The wind really ramps up, really pushes you hard, really forces you to use your momentum, use your hyper momentum to get through the wind and avoid all of these Yeti snowballs.
Oh yeah.
We all know and love.
They are deceptively accurate sometimes. Just when you think you've got them figured out, you can catch one. Catch a Yeti on a bad day, you know? Okay, and BBY now entering Cliff Face, and Courier exiting Cliff Face. Moonberry Cup bringing the best out of Courier here. Absolutely smashing his way through so far.
Kiss me.
There's Calcium. What's up, Calcium?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Welcome in. Yeah, Courier on an absolute pace. An absolute pace. Could we see another PB?
I've seen a lot of BBs in the Moonberry Cup recently. It's good to see.
Absolutely. Love to see it. What's up, the great Sherwood?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Welcome in, man. How are you? Welcome to Moonberry 10.
BBY through the last screen with no problems. And that's it finished.
All right. Nicely done from both runners. Let's take a look at the journals before we head into Mirror Temple. What do we got, Chris?
So a 334 Ridge from Courier gives them a 1347, with a 452 from BBY giving them a 1622.
Okay, so the gap is widening, but plenty of game left. Whenever you guys are ready, we can queue up at the Mirror Temple postcard.
Yeah, let's do it. The real run begins.
Yeah, now it really starts, and I'm assuming both players are going to B-side. Are we going to see both B-sides? Let's find out. Mirror Temple begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
I actually don't even know A-side at this point.
Yeah, I feel like, especially maybe runners that are new to the game, that have the advantage of like Programmatic, who shouts to Programmatic, put together basically the Bible of any percent tactics. Nice ickle skip there on Courier's screen.
I don't even know what's happening in this room. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's go to YouTube and check out Programmatic's tutorials. He's got a very thorough breakdown of pretty much every screen in the game. And I forgot where I started my train of thought there, but shouts to Programmatic.
So BBY taking the casual intended strat there, where you grab the bubble and
Yep,
get through the.
And you saw
corner.
Courier going for the depths corner boost and only getting about half of it, but this is a strat that doesn't punish you for only getting partial success with it. It's still worth, and we've just learned just now that Courier is going to be doing 5A. Oh, my point earlier was that some new runners to the game, maybe if you just start speedrunning it, haven't seen a lot of the casual game and just kind of automatically start routing maybe 5B and some other stuff, some other routes that you may miss if you're just following Programmatic's tutorials. So we got again a 5A and a 5B split here. Should be interesting.
Yeah, so this may go similar to the previous race where one runner was ahead, the other runner did 5B and made some time up.
Yep. Hey, Cobalt, what's up?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Welcome in, guys. So for anybody maybe unfamiliar, any percent is just that. You can, however you beat the game, it's whatever's fastest. There's no limitations to A sides, B sides, or C sides. And it's been figured out that 5B, it's faster if played optimally than 5A. So you can actually play the first part of 5A, grab the cassette, go right to 5B, finish 5B. All of that is faster than just playing 5A through the normal way. And also optimal, but less practiced, is 6B. If you play 6B in absolutely amazing fashion, it's technically faster than 6A, but very few do that because it doesn't save a lot of time and it's extremely difficult.
Seeing a lot of good seeker manipulation here by Courier in these screens. Clearly he has strats for each room, manipulating the seekers to make sure that they're out of the way.
Nice bubs drop there on BBY's screen.
Very good.
A very, very tight trick to execute, and pretty
costly death to Courier.
Pretty low rate of success, and to get that in race conditions is very impressive. Yeah, Courier here on
Courier's in is particularly long. A death towards the end can cost them quite a few seconds.
Absolutely. Very, very stressful room there.
Nicely done with the search skip there by Courier.
Yeah, search skip, very, very, probably I would say the most important speedrunning strat to learn if you're new to the game. Saves a bunch of time and is not very hard. And anybody interested in racing, the Moonberry Cup is open to pretty much everyone. All you need is a personal best any percent time of around an hour. And if you're interested, !moon in the chat will bring up a link to sign up. Bub's Drop is free. Just join the MBC.
Bub's Drop is definitely free.
Courier here.
Guys, didn't you hear?
Absolutely. Courier struggling here in the end of 5A. He's a few screens now have been giving him trouble, and this is exactly what BBY wants to see. He's gonna have to make up some time and hope that Courier continues to struggle here. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, the race atmosphere is very different from typical speed running. You know, you kind of have the option to restart if you're having a bad run. If you're on a particularly, if you're on a tricky screen, or you're just not feeling it, or it's just not happening the way you want, you can always reset and try again, but not during a race. And that's definitely part of the mental game for races.
BBY having some trouble with this secure manipulation room.
Yeah, it's Water Tribe's got it rough right now, but we're getting it. Oh my god.
Hey, Cuteling in the house. Bonjour, my friend.
Hey, what's up, hello?
What's up, Cuteling? Thanks for popping in. Okay, so the gap has been closed the other way now. Courier into the final screen of 5A, and BBY lost a bunch of time just on that. It's a tricky screen that he was just on.
Yeah, that room gave me a lot of trouble for some reason.
Okay, nice. And BBY into the Theo section here. Really tricky stuff. You have to not only carry Theo through here, but you know, you have to navigate the rest of the level as well. With the Seekers charging you and everything else, having to open doors and everything, all while managing Theo.
Yeah, this section is one that casually is more difficult, but in a speed run, once you've learned the strats, can actually be a lot easier than 5A's equivalent.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed. And there's actually like a bunch of screens I think that are made a lot easier with speedrun strats. Talking about just the entire game in general. Okay, Courier wrapped it all up. Let's send our energy to BBY for a nice smooth finish here through the rest of B-side. And nicely done. There we go. We are through. 5A and 5B. On display here. Let's take a look at the journals before we head into reflection.
All those Seeker deaths.
Oh yeah, that one room.
I thought about learning that strat where like you dash through the Seeker as it explodes, but haven't done it yet.
Yeah, definitely one to look into. Looking at the journals from Courier, we have a 637A to bring them to 2025, and the gap widening further after a 749 from BBY up to a 2412.
Yep, about 4 minutes separates these two, and Courier on just a blistering pace. Let's get ready for reflection whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, whoops! I started by accident.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. Start when ready, Courier.
Whoopsie. Sorry.
Hey, no worries.
BBY immediately flying in there with the leg skip attempt, with Courier going instead for the casual route. BBY giving up on leg skip.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get it sometimes. Not free, unfortunately.
Yeah, leg skip is one that when the pressure is on, is definitely one of the first strats to start falling apart, at least for me. But otherwise, not too much different going on. Reflection, my personal favourite chapter. Seeing a few new mechanics introduced. You've got feathers, which we've seen already, which most players who play with controller will use analog sticks for. You've got Kevin blocks, which you've just seen and heard, which will be used through quite a lot of these screens, especially to give the players momentum. You'll see a lot of strats like the room that Courier's in now, trying to manipulate those blocks.
You know, I actually never use analog stick for feathers.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
only
do
use
that?
D-pad. It just feels better to me.
It's an interesting approach.
Mm-hmm.
But if it works, it works. Keyboard players clearly can successfully use. In fact, the reflection world record is by a keyboard player in Chai Kitty, so clearly, even if there is a disadvantage, it's very minor. Yeah, both players doing really well through the Hollows section. Hollows is a particularly technical section of this chapter and quite unpopular with a lot of people. Has quite a few screens that are very picky and can go wrong very easily, with especially with bumpers. Bumpers being, again, one of many players' least favourite introduction to the game. Very particular about how they will react, with very minor differences in how you hit them.
Yeah, I can't stand the bumpers. They're one of my least favorite.
Bumpers in core, especially, always
yeah.
drive me.
Yes.
it's so hard to recover. Like, so many of the elements you can kind of like save and recover, but the bumpers just it's very hard to recover from a weird bumper hit.
Yeah, there are reasons we don't talk about 8B, and bumpers is one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Jazzy Rico.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Courier in Majama's favourite room. Oh, and a little bit of a flex.
Oh.
Very nicely saved. BBY just a couple of screens behind, so this is still very much a close race.
Nah.
Oh. This room is a particularly tricky one.
Whiskey Jack in the house.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
Here for the bumper hate.
Courier through the reflection section there, very nicely done.
Are we gonna see a battling boost? Looks like we are. Oh, mistimed it. Just mistimed it.
Lost all the momentum with the bunny hop there.
Yeah, that's a pretty costly bet there. Looks like he's gonna re-go for it again. Another. Oh, but he recovered this time. Good recovery there. Majama, is there a speed school video on that one reflection strat where you break the two barriers but haven't touched the ground? There is not, but it's pretty easy. If you DM me, I can tell you after the races here today, or I'm sure somebody can tell you. It's pretty free. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, in chat. There you go. It's just you just have to start dashing from a little bit further back, and you can quickly do 2 dashes. Welcome in back, Flippius.
So once again, both players into the rock bottom section of 6A, which for many people is their favourite section of the game. Definitely mine. A lot of rooms that, again, flow very smoothly, manipulating Badeline's targeting of lasers and fireballs to avoid them. Give her a little old hug. Progress on through.
Badeline hates hugs.
Nice feather save there from Courier. Missing it on the fall through.
Yeah, and just another point to mention. As you see these runners, the faster runners have a better ability to recover than maybe somebody who's just starting out. And this all just has to do with the fact that they've practiced more and they're more familiar with the game mechanics and how to manipulate, how to move around. And I think it's an understated skill, is the ability to recover well, and it's absolutely important if you want to go fast.
Yeah, like death cycle versus entry cycle is also annoying to have to learn. It's like sometimes an entirely different room that you have to be aware of.
Yeah, really good point, and we haven't talked about death cycle versus entry cycle yet today. But I think Chris, you want to just quickly go over the difference between death cycle and what is meant by entry cycle?
Sure thing. So the most common chapter you'll see related to this is Resort 3A, but it does also occur in 6A as well with some of these cycles from Badeline, where the timing of certain like sort of actions or items within levels like Dust Bunnies in 3A, for example, will be different when you first enter from the previous room compared to if you retry and respawn. So learning one strat for the entry cycle may not work correctly for the death cycle, so you may have to learn 2 different strats for both rooms, or for the same room, which is a lot more to learn. Now the obvious answer there is don't die, but we can't ever guarantee that, so we have to learn both.
And Courier wrapping it up here, and on their way to grab the do you ever just retry? On their way to grab the double jump or double dash power up there.
Thankfully, throughout the whole game, all of the places where you can just retry accidentally, that one's very free because it's told you exactly where you need to be.
Yeah, not a bad place to do it. And Courier wrapping it up. Let's send our energy BBY for a nice clean ending here.
This is my least favorite room in the game, by the way.
Yeah, this is a tricky room because you have these blocks that you have to wait for the cycles. There are strats, of course, to make it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, but yeah, it's definitely one of the trickier sections. Okay, BBY now onto the final screen here, final Badeline screen anyway. Oh, misstep there.
Yeah, extending is free, guys.
That was a curious usage of feathers there. Deciding to play it safe, and there we go. Very nicely.
Good choice, nicely done. And now just grab that power up, head to the top, and we will we'll get into Summit. There we go. Nicely done. And you're through. Let's open up those journals, see where we're at, and remember, there's no postcard screen in Summit, so we'll just do a 3, 2, 1 countdown on the climb screen. Okay,
Yeah,
Chris.
looking at those journals, we have a 2813 from Courier and a 3410 from BBY, so there's quite a gap. We'll have to see what happens in Summit.
Absolutely. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready, go to the climb screen, and I'll count us down. Yep, that's the one. Okay, here we go. This is Summit. Final climb beginning in 3, 2, 1, go! How's the Summit B-side music? Is that good?
It's my least favorite B-side music.
Oh, we won't play it then.
Yeah.
Yep, so into Summit. As mentioned before, Summit is quite a long chapter. It's definitely the longest chapter in the game, which consists of multiple sections, one section each representing the chapters that we've already seen in this run. So we're starting in 0 meters, which is the reflection equivalent, as we begin our climb back up the mountain again.
So much energy in chat for both runners. Everyone redeeming. Good luck to both runners. Uchi Butt wants to weigh in on this conversation. 8B, worst B-side music.
I respectfully disagree with that one.
What's up, Uchi Butt?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
8B's music is good, in my opinion. I hate everything else about the chapter, but the music is good.
Yeah, universally disliked is 8B because it's just so hard.
8C though is my favorite level, I think.
8C is nice, especially when you can see it done by a really good player who just makes that last room look like it doesn't even exist.
I really enjoy bouncing off the I don't know what they're called, like the icy flames. Really fun to bounce off of.
Yeah, does anybody in chat know if they have a name actually, or are they just ice beings?
It's a good question. Ice balls, and we got fireballs. Is it an ice ball?
If they don't have a name, I propose ickle balls. Anyway, being serious, both players now into the 1,000 meter section, old site equivalent. A lot of dream blocks, a lot of ways to use them with good momentum and good exit mechanics to skip large sections.
Really smooth play from both runners here. And Courier into the 1,500 meters.
Yep, so this is again a good example of what I was saying before about entry cycles versus death cycles. The cycles of these dust bunnies will be different if you die, so needing to either exit and re-enter the room to reset that cycle, or retry in the room and just work with the different cycle.
Yep.
That's what you need to be looking for. This room that Courier's in now is one of the best death cycles because you can actually just immediately walk off the platform without holding anything else, and you will avoid the dust bunny. So that's my favourite death cycle because it's basically free.
Always nice. Nice save there from Courier as he ran out of stamina at the end of that room, but was able to make it out anyway. And BBY now making their way. through one of the long, difficult screens. Courier taking a death there on the final screen here of the chapter section.
Prime example of why hesitation can particularly kill you in 1500. Whereas if you jump and realise that you can't make something, by the time you've landed, the floor is now Dust Bunny.
Yeah, yep. So these little tendrils you can see on BBY screen, you can land on them once and then they turn into the deadly Dust Bunny floor. BBY heading into the final screen now of the section as Courier making their way through the Golden Ridge theme section here. Struggling a bit with the wind here on this screen. Some nice snowball dodging on Courier's screen there. Both players grabbing a berry. And Courier taking the intended route here. There are a few different ways to play this screen. Intended route is the safest.
Yeah, but most importantly, avoiding deaths, which save time in the long run.
Absolutely.
It's good to see.
Here's BBY now onto that auto-scroller screen. Going for half skip. The auto-scroller skip. Again, just strategy in play. Obviously, each runner knows kind of where they are compared to the other, respectively. So maybe time to take some risks. Nothing to lose.
I actually forget how to do the intended way, so I have to. I have to do this.
Yeah, it's the speedrunner's curse. There it is, nicely done. Thanks for demonstrating that one, by the way. That's the autoscroller skip, for anybody unfamiliar.
Good awareness at the end of that room there to save that after the failed wall bounce.
Yep, back up to the
Not
top.
be confused with the auto-scroller skip.
That's right.
Or whatever.
We may be seeing the autoscroller skip in the next race. I'm not sure.
That one's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's very visually looks crazy, but it's surprisingly the easiest I've found. Much easier for me than the autoscroller skip.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's one of those strats with a demo button. It becomes a lot easier. Would recommend to a lot of people to at least try out that strat before any other in that room, just in case that works. Will we see door skip from Courier? Looks like we will.
Oh yeah. Oh, missing that second door skip. So the intended route for this room is to hit those switches and they open the doors, but the developers left just enough of a gap down there where you can just kind of go right underneath without having to touch those buttons. So it's a little bit faster to do it that way, and it's not too tricky.
So again, from Courier's perspective, playing on Switch means they don't have a demo button, which makes that gap a lot more difficult to get through.
Yep. So the demo button, it pretty much just compresses you to fit through smaller gaps more easily. So things like that are made easier. Here we go, BBY doing the key skip. Nice, first try. Courier well on their way and into 3,000 meters now. See a cute link.
Courier's still on a very good pace here.
Yeah, very nice pace here. I've seen some unverified rumors in chat that 4358 may not be an accurate PB for Courier. Which, if that's the case, he will be perma-banned from ever playing. I'm just kidding. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
We may pay a Courier against somebody like Aurora Dash in Season 2.
Right, just to even it out, yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, Aurora Dash is top 1% runner, has a sub 30, and a bunch of world records.
Didn't they recently get like an IL record somewhere?
Yep. I'm not sure exactly what category. Maybe somebody in chat can post it. But yeah, Aurora already owns a bunch of world records, and yeah, just recently did. I think yesterday grab another one. I think it was 7B.
Indeed, crazy stuff. Yeah, Aurora currently has every single B-side IL.
Jesus.
As well as the 20% world record, I believe. So. Truly a fan of the B-sides.
Gorthal bringing it in with the big raid. What's up, Gorthal? Welcome in. Tanner. What's up, Tanner? What's up, guys? Welcome in. So good to have you. This is the Moonberry Cup, the 10th ever Moonberry Cup. These racers are going head-to-head here in the final stage. Tanner, thanks for the follow. Gorthal says, I did it. I beat my challenge. Happy to be here. Gorthal getting it done. Nice. Got a Resident Evil challenge. What was like hitless? Deathless? Nicely done. You got a lot of fans of difficult gaming here in chat. That's for sure. Deathless, I did it. Nice, man. GG.
Very nicely done.
GG to Gorthal. Courier now on flag 3. BBY cruising through updraft.
Courier on potential sub 40 pace here.
Yeah.
Let's see how flag 1 goes.
We'll have to find out if that's a PB or no. I think actually it hasn't been released yet, but I think Dr. Disrespect actually misquoted his PB the last Moonberry Cup, and that might be part of the reason for the permaban. I'm not sure.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Courier smashed it, sub 40, reaches the summit. Let's all send our energy to BBY for a nice clean finish here. These are race conditions, folks, so added pressure for sure, but also no resets, and it's just a different climate, you know, than maybe your traditional speedrun practice or PB run. So there we go, flag 6. There's actually a number of flags that you can, you don't have to touch. I know 5 is one of them.
Oh, we saw the flag touch.
Yeah, I'm a little, I always do that.
Flag 5, very dusty.
For anyone who isn't aware, you don't need to touch flag 5 at all. Even if you die on the way to flag 4, you will still spawn at flag 5. So, yeah, very small time save there just to immediately dash up from it.
Yeah, really negligible time save. It's just more of a meme just to say, you know, you shouldn't touch flag 5, but really not a big time difference at all. Any flag 10 skippers? 8 loses time, flag 8, okay. Yeah, I know there's a few. I know you can even skip flag 2. Doesn't save a lot of time, kind of a flex, but
skipping flag 3 accidentally is one of the worst feelings if you then die.
Oh, you go all the way back
to flag 4, yes. Done that many a time.
we go. BBY closing it out. To the top. To the summit.
Very nicely
GG.
done.
Very nicely done by both runners. Yeah, Courier. We'll wait and hear the story behind Courier. If he just smashed a sub 40 for the first time ever, or if the PB maybe wasn't up to date. But either way, thank you guys so much for being part of the Moonberry Cup and showcasing your skills today.
Yeah, man. Always a good time to be around.